Bring it up. And we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the big show. It's Bruce here, TWB. How are you today? Jen is in the living room. Say hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Jen's saying hi. I'm saying hi. How are you today, everybody? Welcome to the show. How's it going? It's February the 10th, Monday, February the 10th, 2025. We're 41 days into 2025. Can you believe it? Oh, my God. Already past 10% of the month. No, 10% of the year. Already 1/10 of the year's gone. Wow, crazy. Nice to have you here. Welcome all. Say hi to me if you can, and hit the thumbs up button if you can find it, and say hi to everybody. Nice to have you here. Welcome one and welcome all. Jen and I are right now in Rancho Mirage, California, right next door to Palm Springs. And it's wonderful. It's beautiful. We're loving it. No complaints here about how nice it has been. We've had spectacular weather. This is not an unreal or fake picture. This is very real of what it's like here. And it's not far from where our place actually is. Here's another overhead shot of the community we're in, and this is a typical aerial view of this region of the valley between Palm Springs and Indio here. Condos surrounded by golf courses and putting greens and bunkers and palm trees and swimming pools, and the mountains. Or yeah, whichever way you want to say it. Here's a beautiful shot you get towards the evening every night. This one is a doctored photo, but boy, doesn't that look pretty. And then here's another shot here of the region we're in. I don't exactly know where on the golf course this is, but it's around here somewhere. And I think that picture is looking, you know what? I don't even know what direction it's looking. That could be sort of southwest, southeast. Anyway, yeah, not an uncommon photo at all of this area. There you go. We're loving it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Welcome all to the party. In past years, we were here in Monterey, which is across the street from this place. In this photo, we would be at the very back of the photo at the very end there. But yeah, this is very much what it looks like. If you ever do come down here, and you can always just stay in a hotel and in a resort hotel, but you can also book a condo like we're in on a Verbo or on a B2B kind of thing. Or you can even send emails to some of the golf courses down here. They have real estate offices as part of their homeowners association, and some of them handle rentals. So rent a condo, stay a month or two or three, and enjoy. Drive down, come down with your car if you're in the USA, or fly in and rent a car. And what we do, we fly in and we rent a car usually using Turo, and good to go. Anyway, there you have it. We're doing just fine. Hope you are fine wherever you are. Days are getting longer, I'm sure, for most of you. I'm assuming 99% of my viewers are on north of the equator, so days are getting longer, and definitely we're adding about 2 minutes a day now, probably a minute in the morning and a minute in the evening of extra daylight, and we'll continue that trend right through the entire state. We're here, so welcome. Nice to see you here. Let's see who's saying hi to me already. We've got Robert Mailhout is here. How you doing there, Robert? Number 2 thumbs up tonight for Uncle Bruce. Sorry I missed you this morning. Not a problem. Sharon is in the house. Number 5 tonight. Hi from central New Jersey. A chilly day, but more snow and sleet on the way this week. Welcome to the show. Yep, same here in Connecticut. Cold. Ken Kareka is in the house with Janet from Saginaw, Michigan. How's it going, you guys? It's 19 degrees with a winter storm watch for Wednesday night. Gasoline is $3.07 a gallon. And good evening, all, Janet and Ken. We think we're number 3, $3.07 a gallon. Here it's 4-something, 5-something dollars a gallon, but we're driving a Tesla, so I don't even really pay attention to it, honestly. In Calgary, where we're from, it is 3 degrees Fahrenheit right now at 4:05 here in the west. It's 5:05 in the evening in Calgary now. It got up to 5 today. It's now 3, going to minus 13 tonight. unfortunately. By Wednesday, Calgary will hit a high of 18 degrees, but then another cold front moves in, and Calgary will be -1 for the high on Friday. That will be the high temperature. But next week, Wednesday, so 10 days from now, 9 days from now, Calgary will hit 31 degrees for the high as they're coming out of that cold snap. If that holds true, let's hope it does. Around here, we're dipping into 62, 63, 64 for the highs later this week. We're going to get rain Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday here, as is Los Angeles. But Saturday, Sunday, Monday, sunny, back to 72, 73 for the highs here in Palm Desert. So I don't mind that. As a matter of fact, with rain coming through, we will have our air become crispy clear here, and it'll be absolutely stunning around here with the dust knocked down. So not too shabby. Roger in the house. The gas sign did say $9.99 a gallon. My son drove to the gas station and the gas tanks were removed. The $9.90 sign was cut down on traffic. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Today I bought my first cruise out of Jacksonville. Norwegian gem in November. Right on. Right on, sir. Robert Scott in the house is saying hello to everybody. Donnell from Cork, Ireland. Hi, Bruce and Jen. Everybody here. I'm number 5 tonight, Tuesday, just after midnight, right here in Cork, Ireland. Right on, buddy. Welcome to the program. Nice to see you tonight. Great shirt you have on there as always. I'm with you there. Kirk Brunson's YouTube and Facebook channel. How you doing there, Kirk? Hi, Bruce and TWB family. Kirk from New York City is finally here. I made it. And number 7 thumbs up, by the way. Thank you, my friend. Whatever floats your boat is saying, hi, y'all. What's going on? Howdy do. How are you? Welcome, one and all, to the show. Thank you again for popping by and saying hi to us from wherever you are. It's great to hear from you. Hope all is well with you and your families. Thank you for these thumbs ups. We get them all week long. I get notifications from YouTube that another thumbs up has come in. I get them on Tuesdays. I get them Wednesdays. I get them Thursdays. I love it. Thank you so much. Keep them coming on in. There's a question for you today. If you'd like to answer this question, it's the most I've ever won in a cruise ship casino is how much money? So I put in 4 possible answers. Under $50, 46% of you say, actually 42% of you, 46% of you say under $50. I haven't won much money. $50 to $200, 15% of you. $200 to $500, I've won. 23% say that. And over 500 buckaroos on a cruise ship casino, 15% of the voters have said we've done that. Rock and roll. I have been on Jen and I were on a Princess cruise for a week, going down to Mexico and back. And after 4 nights or 5 nights, I can't quite remember, maybe 4 nights, we were down about $1,200 or $1,300 on these slot machines. And on the 5th night, I got lucky and I caught a machine that just was paying off and paying off. And I was getting bonus rounds and double bonus rounds and a triple bonus round. And I took $1,400 out of that machine. And I think we broke even on the whole dang thing. And I ran to the hills. I stopped going to that casino. I took the money. I literally took the cash when I went to the ticket wicket, and this is now back in 2012 maybe, and took the cash they gave me, and I waltzed over to the front desk area, and I asked to see my account. What's my account balance that I owe you guys for all my ship charges? And I think we were at like $1,800 or something with the tips, the room tips every day, and any bar charges and stuff. And I said, well, I got $1,400 right here to put against it. And I just slapped it down, and they put it right against the account. And my account was down to like $400 owing, and I felt a lot better about it because I didn't want to have to make a payment of $1,800 at the end of the cruise or whatever it was going to be. Ran, baby. I ran. I took that and got the hell out of there. Thank you, everyone. Robert, hey, you got the right logo up tonight. Yes, sir. I thought of you. I knew you were going to give me a hard time, so I remembered. I better change that thing. Kirk Brunson's YouTube and Facebook channel decided to go to South Carolina for my President's Week vacation instead of a cruise. It's been 4 years since we've seen each other. Well, you're going to meet somebody down there. I don't know who it is, but you're catching up with somebody and family, and there's nothing wrong with that. Kevin Chapman, hello, Bruce and Jen. The author himself is in the house. How are you, Kevin? What is he saying today? Hello, Bruce and Jen. February is a great time to go somewhere warm like a Caribbean cruise. Icy here yesterday and tomorrow. Thumbs up number 7 tonight. Won a poker tourney on a ship for $500 once. So there you go, buddy. Well done. Whatever floats your boat, won it and lost it, laughing out loud. Kimberly, 2 weeks ago, we stopped playing at the casino. Smoking was wicked and no wins on the Princess Sky. And Kirk Brunson, I'm going to catch up with my brother. Forgot to tell you, I'm going to catch up with my brother in South Carolina. Right on. Haven't seen him for a while. Good idea. Catch up and say hello and talk him into joining you on a future cruise. This is your chance. Maybe that's the way to do it. Who knows? It might come together. Welcome all to the program. Great to have you here. I want to give you a couple of bits of information on cruising today, and then I want to talk to you about something else, a little bit of history and memories from days gone by. So stand by for all of that. The first bit of news I'll tell you about is probably something you may have heard already. It came out, I think, today or yesterday, and it came out of the Port of Miami. The folks at the Port of Miami were proud to disclose to the world that on February the 8th, so a couple days ago, they set a new single-day record of passengers going through the Miami port, or the Port of Miami. 10 cruise ships were visiting that day, dropping off passengers and picking up passengers. 68,000 passengers shifted cruise ships in one day. So I'm going to guess 30 to 34,000 got off and 30 to 34,000 got on. I mean, to come up with 68,000, that's how it worked. The ships that came into the Port of Miami on the 8th of February included, for Carnival, the Carnival Magic and the Carnival Sunrise. For Holland America, the Zandam came in. That's another Carnival property. We had MSC come in with the Seascape into their port terminal. Then Norwegian came in with the Escape and the Norwegian Gem. They came in. Then Oceania came in with the Sirena, which is their high-end line. That's cruise. That's also owned by Norwegian. Then Royal Caribbean came in with the Icon of the Seas. That's a big one. And the Independence of the Seas. And Virgin came in with Scarlet Lady. So you add it up, 10 ships, 68,000 passengers in one day for the Port of Miami. Unbelievable. Quite a number of passengers. Over in Santorini in Greece, you've seen photos. I've shown you photos time and time again of cruise ships coming into Santorini, which in effect is a volcano, the remnants of an ancient volcano, and where the ships hang out in the water is the middle of the volcano, and Santorini is on the top of the cliffs, which is the top of the volcano itself, one of the sides. They have had all kinds of earthquake action now for several weeks, tremors and some damage to some of their buildings. Nothing catastrophic, but there's been issues. Many cruises canceled into Santorini for the last week or two and going forward for a while until things calm down. So that's Santorini, Greece. And then Norwegian came up with an announcement that they've decided to now shift ship production away from smaller ships, which the Norwegian Prima is one of those. That's like a 3,000 passenger ship. They've got 4 of those coming out. I think 2 or 3 delivered, 1 more to go. They're finishing the orders of that class of ship, and then they're bringing out a new large class of ship, bigger than anything they've ever delivered in the past. And they're going to come out with 4 confirmed orders for big ships with 226,000 gross tons, which makes them 5 to 10,000 tons bigger, heavier, larger than the Royal Caribbean Icon of the Seas, Symphony of the Seas, Oasis of the Seas, the Oasis class. The total passenger and crew capacity is rumored to be 8,300 people. So I'm going to guess 6,000 passengers, 2,300 crew might be the ratio on these ships. And they're going to be delivered starting 2030. So this is 2025. I don't think they'll start the first ship's keel. They won't lay down the keel until probably next year in 2026 or 27. And then it's a 3-year build out roughly, and eventually just a 2-year turnover, because the first ship is to be delivered in 2030, the second ship in 2032, the third ship in 2034, and the fourth one 2036. This cruise ship, this cruise line or cruise shipbuilder in Italy, they're banging off each one of them in 24 months. That is impressive. So that is going to be a very heavy, fast, massive build out of cruise ships. See what happens with that. There will be all kinds of computer imagery coming out, all kinds of promotional details coming out, all kinds of inaugural sailing dates announced and sailings sold. You can count on the fact that the first year of sailing for the first ship will be pre-sold out months before they even start sailing that ship. The promotion will be phenomenal. I suspect that through Italy and the European Union, that banking has been arranged, financing has been arranged for the shipyard and for Norwegian, and that Norwegian might have to put up 200 million in cash, 250 million in cash, let's say, and the rest will be financed, and they won't be required to put up a dime until they take delivery of the ship. And in effect, Norwegian will have already been paid for a full year of cruises by cruisers, that's you, in advance for the entire run. So 50 weeks of cruising, 52 weeks of cruising, and more will be pre-sold before they're making their first payment on the ship. And that's how cruise lines make it work today. They get into the cruise business now with 20% down, 10% down, financing the rest through EU and other banking programs that specifically help shipyards to survive and carry the bills. And of course, for the Italians, for the Swiss, the Austrians, the Germans, the French, and all the other members of the EU, they're all getting preferential treatment to get contracts to help build out these ships, from the electronics of the ship, the wiring, the televisions, the speakers, the lighting. Can you imagine all the lighting requirements of a cruise ship, from operational lighting to every floor, every unit, all the hallways? Think how much carpeting is involved. How much paint do you need to paint various parts of the ship? The lifeboat contracts, the engines, the tanks, all the electronics, navigational systems, all the furniture in the cabins, all the furniture in the restaurants, all the kitchen equipment, laundry equipment, the water filtration systems, the air conditioning systems. This is multi-billions of dollars. It's going to be $1.5 billion a ship, I'm sure, 4 times over. It's a $6 billion minimum contract. Might be $8 billion by the time it's all done with inflation. Over 8 years. Unbelievable. It's a major employer for probably tens of thousands of people for the next decade. Very big deal. And that's why it has such national importance to attract European Union financing through the central bank and through their export banks and everybody else. fascinating story. When I see photos and I can bring you interior shots, computer generated, I will promote that to you, of course. And we'll go from there. There you go. Let's go. Kimberly is saying, I mentioned last week our grandson got the norovirus. Yuck. Kimberly, grandson was offered $100 for the next cruise. The week before also had the virus on it. Is that the norm? So the ship had the virus before you got there. He caught it on board and they offered him $100 compensation. I don't know if that's normal to get compensation, but I'm sure he didn't have a good time. Not great. Shane, looking forward to my Alaskan cruise this summer, though. Giddy up. I did hear a story. I saw some headlines on YouTube about a passenger who got ill, got flu-like symptoms, and was in real trouble, needed to be in the medical facility on a cruise ship for, I think it was 3 days. And at the end of the stay, they gave him a bill for medical services, $42,000. They were charging this guy $42,000. They racked up his credit card for 20 grand as far as it would go, and he owes them another $22,000. Unbelievable. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it would be the ridiculously expensive for 3 nights in that medical thing. Unreal. A lot of people catching a very ugly variant of the flu across the U.S. and Canada, other places, and some folks are needing hospitalization. So get your shots. Jen and I, we got our shots. You should get yours. But it's all up to you. It's your own decision to decide whether or not to go with it. Earlier today, I want to go back down memory lane with you, if you don't mind. But before we do that, let me take one more quick look at the channel for tonight's show. Thank you again for these thumbs ups. We are now sitting on 15 thumbs ups. They're coming in. Thank you, everybody. We've had 19 people respond to the questionnaire today. Did you win any money on a casino in a cruise ship? So far, under $50. 42% of you are saying that's how much I won. I won less than $50, Bruce. 50 to 200, 21%, 200 to 500, 21%, and over $500, 16% of you have said that, yes, indeed, that's how much I've won. What is that, 2 or 3 of you? 4 of you? Not many. Casinos usually take you on cruise ships. Anyway, today what I did was I happened to be looking at the history of this channel, Traveling with Bruce, and I was taking a look at how many views we've had and how long I've been on the air. And I thought about my #1 video, and I thought today I would share with you something I've never shown you before. I've never shown you the analytics of a video that I've posted. Now, this particular video, that is my #1 all-time most watched video ever, was called the 10 Most Dangerous Cruise Ports for Cruise Passengers. And it was released on January the 24th, 2019. Today is February the 10th, 2025. So this video came out 6 years ago. It's my #1 all-time watched video. It did not take off. It did okay in the first few weeks, but it was in the second and third month that it began to really click, and it had a good 2-year run of consistent views. But it caused a bit of controversy. I was apparently persona non grata in the Bahamas for a while because Nassau was deemed to be the most dangerous cruise port. I was just reflecting what the Department of Homeland Security was telling Americans, that Nassau is the most dangerous cruise port. We get more complaints about Nassau and more incidents in Nassau for robberies and holdups and other untoward activities for our American travelers. But in any event, that's what it was. Let me just let me see what I can show you about that video. Let me find that info.
March 12th, we got swatted.
Yes, we got swatted probably because of that video on March the 12th, in 1919. This here, first of all, let me show you this right here. This is a picture, just a little clip for you, showing you in the last 48 hours here, now, today, 2025, these are the 4 most popular videos on my channel in the last 48 hours. The most watched video in the last 48 hours was a video that came out January the 28th on 2020 called Major Earthquake Hits Near Jamaica and Cayman Islands. Why did that video all of a sudden go nuts? Because this past weekend, there was an earthquake just off the coast of the Cayman Islands, and it got a lot of press. The Caribbean picked up on it, and a lot of YouTubers were looking for information on that earthquake, which, of course, I don't have any information on it, so I didn't produce a video, but I had produced one 5 years ago, January 28th, 2020, and that video has had 235 views in the last 48 hours. And people quickly figured out, oh, that's not the story. And they probably watched 30 seconds or a minute of it and clicked off. Unless they liked the channel's presentation of this particular video, I don't know why they would have stuck around. The number 2 most popular video on this channel for the last 48 hours is called My Review of the Park Plaza Westminster Hotel in London. Jennifer and I last year in the summer, went to, did a cruise across the Atlantic on the Queen Mary 2, and we spent 2 weeks in London in this hotel. And I made a review about it. October the 6th of 2024 is when I released the video, and it's received 49 views in the last 24 hours. And I do get about 1 comment every week or so about the video with questions, people asking me about the hotel or whatever I can tell them. Others are just thanking me for making this video and giving them an idea of what it's like to stay here and where the hotel is located and what's around it and all of that. The location is, you can't beat the location of this hotel. You cannot beat the location of the Westminster. Now, the 3rd most popular video in the last 24 hours, living in the Cayman Islands as an expat. No income tax. This was November the 13th, 2017. Look at the dates on these videos. A 2020 video, a 2017 video, of course, last year's video. November 13th. I was only on the air August the 12th of 2017. This is one of my earliest videos, and it got 43 views. And look at number 4 from September the 12th. 2017. This is only 1 month after I created my channel. How to get a cheap repositioning cruise, finding your cruise deal. And I made a video about how we find our best cruises. At that time, I made that video to show everyone this is how we find our best cruises, our cheapest cruises and best deals. 30 views in the last 48 hours. So interesting how the Caribbean caught the Cayman Island cruise. The Caribbean was talked about for the major earthquake, how to get a cheap cruise, and the London Park Plaza Westminster Hotel in London. Those are the 4 most active. Now, let's show you this video, and I've never shown this before. So here we go. This is my number 1 video here. At the very top, on the very top left, you'll see there's the thumbnail. It's a 28-minute video. No, sorry, it's not 28 minutes. It's a 7-minute, 35-cent video, excuse me. Cruise ship news, 10 most dangerous ports for cruise passengers. And this video has gotten 1,938,928 views. We're approaching 2 million views. It doesn't get much now, though. And the top bar there, 1.9 million views, 138,000 hours of watch time. 8,900 subscribers have joined this channel because of that video. And it has paid me $10,248.16. Most of that money, I would say 10,200 of that came in 2019 and 2020 and maybe 2021. Since 22, 3 and 4, the last 2 or 3 years, maybe a couple $100, because you can see the line going across the screen on that graph. That are views. That's showing how many views I've had, and look how flat it is since really 1,400 days from now till now. The last 500 days, which is a year and a half, Not much in the way of views, but it sure started like a house on fire, didn't it? That was my most active and my number one video of all time. Now, number two video is 800,000 views. And I'm trying to remember which one that is. It was another one of these cruise ports that are not the favorites of passengers, I think. Now, let me show you this little chart. Here's something for you. I've never shown you this either. This is my channel's monetary performance from October 2017 on the, right above my finger up here, all the way over to February 2021 when I launched Stock Markets with Bruce. So you can see in October and November and December and all the way till May 2018, nothing was going on financially. The channel did generate about $150 in January and I think $240 in February. But in February, I got cut off monetization because YouTube changed the rules for all YouTubers, saying that you will not be monetized unless you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And I had to have that by February the 18th or something like that. And apparently I had 995 subscribers, not 1,000. So they demonetized my channel. And you can see how there was virtually nothing right above here, almost nothing until about July of 2018 when they remonetized me, because by then I had 1,800 subscribers. But the delay was because of they were overloaded with YouTubers trying desperately to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. But the most important moment in this channel's history is right above this finger here. If you just look over there where it says November 2018, you'll see a little spike and then a little back off and then another spike higher. That first spike right there was the first month that this channel paid for our bills for the household. That was the first time. I think it was a $2,100 month in American money in November 2018. And I had been going since August 2017 as a YouTuber to try to reach that kind of level. And so it was 1 year and 3 months to get to November 18, December a little dip, and then January, February, March, April, May, right across from 2019 all the way to July, August 2020. This channel carried its weight, carried this household and allowed Jen and I to survive and pay our bills and not actually make more money than we were spending to just get by. And you can see that the channel never generated more than $4,500 in any month. It never made that. Beyond the end of that chart there, it's been downhill ever since because, as you know, in January of 2021, my other channel, Stock Markets with Bruce, took off. And the money generated by that channel on a monthly basis made this channel look like nothing. And unfortunately for this channel, what really did it in was after hitting January 2020, as you can see in the 2/3 mark on this chart, we topped out January and February and March of 2020. And that is when COVID hit. And COVID began to damage the channel's revenues, views, because the news was every day the same thing. There's a virus and no cruise ship is sailing. And all of our group cruises that we had planned for 2020 and 2021, they were all canceled. And we didn't know when we would be able to cruise again. No one did. And by the time we got to October, November of 2020, this channel was really getting hurt. The other thing that happened to this channel, as you can see that drop off there before the little recovery and then another drop off, that first drop off, we got hit with a virus. This channel was accused by YouTube of manufacturing views when nothing like that was happening whatsoever. And it took me almost a month to get YouTube to reinstate my monetization. And I was so frustrated and so upset that no one at YouTube was coming to our defense after 2 years of solid numbers, trying to grow this channel and doing 6 live shows a day or a week, every week, 6 live shows and videos, that I created the other channel to start to compensate for loss of income here. And then, as it so happened, I never knew that by December and January of 21, December 2020, January 21, February 21, and March, I had no idea that the stock market channel would blow up like it did. And so this channel became a once a week channel because I didn't go on a cruise for a couple of years and couldn't do a group cruise until at least 2022. By that time, the other channel had dominated everything and had made more money than we thought ever possible from YouTube. And unfortunately relegated this channel into second place, and that's where we're at these days, where I'm on with you Monday nights. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying the way it is. This channel is what it is. I don't travel exotically very much. We thought when I created this channel and got it going as a YouTube cruise channel, I thought one day I would be as active as Don Terrace and Tony with Lolita Loca and Emma Cruises. I thought Jen and I would be on cruise ships 4 times a year, and we would have 2 or 3 group cruises a year. I thought that would be the future of this channel and my future in YouTube, and it didn't happen. The virus absolutely knocked us out, and here we are. Here we are today, just coming on once a month or once a week. This video, this show that I do, and this channel generates now about $10 a week. I do not make any money doing this. I lose money doing this show. But I do it out of loyalty to my founders, my founder members of this channel. And I do it to keep the channel alive because I do want to travel to other destinations going forward and take you along with us. So in the meantime, while we're here in California, I'm doing a show once a week to say hi, give you a little bit of cruise news, and talk about a topic here and there. And I hope you found today's show somewhat interesting about what was going on, how this channel worked out. And Sharon says, I remember that video, the most dangerous cruise ports. How does your video about Oasis of the Seas falling off the dry dock do? How did that video work for you? That's a good question. Let me see if I can quickly give you an answer. How do I do that? I think I go over here. And okay, here we go. I think I need to go over here, and I need to go. If I go there, I think that's the page. Was that going to give me the numbers? Yes. So hang on a second. Let me tell you. I've got to go to lifetime views. I'm going into my analytics live on the spot. See if I can get this to pop up. It has to it has to load up. Here we go. Okay, so let's see. Oh, here we are. Breaking news: Oasis of the Seas damage may be severe. Sailings being canceled. That came out April the 2nd, 2019, where the crane was lying across the deck of the ship. That video hit the analytics button, Bruce, and I can tell you what it did. It's in the top 20. It had 305,000 views, and it added 600 subscribers to the channel, and it made $938 over its lifetime. So not quite 1/3 views to generate that kind of money. If that video had done 1 million views, it would have generated about $2,700, $2,600. So that was paying pretty good, a fairly good rate. Let me just double check on the payouts. Actually, the payouts were terrible. Pardon me. The payouts were awful. The per 1,000 view rate is way below average. Not very good at all. So this video was not a financial winner for me. But it did do 305,000 views, so it did get some traction. The videos in the top grouping here, let me tell you. Just wait for my machine to reload because it's being asked to reload the entire lifetime stats here. And just wait for this to pop in. Here we go. The number one video was the 10 most dangerous cruise ports. The number two video, the 7 worst cruises of 2018, which included the Viking Sun, was it? The Viking ship that was almost wrecked on the rocks. The third video was breaking news: 5 passengers on Holland America perish near Ketchikan. That came out 2021, August the 5th. Nightmare cruises in 2019. That one was the 5th. You guys love bad news videos. That was the 4th biggest viewer or moneymaker. Bad cruise ports where cruise passengers won't get off the ship was number 5 all time. New cruise ships from 2018 to 2026. That came out August 18th, 2018. Then breaking news: Oasis of the Seas damage. Then Goodbye Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian cruise ships getting scrapped. July 24th, 2020, when I was talking about the ships getting scrapped because of COVID. Then living in the Cayman Islands as an expat, 2017 is in the top 10. Carnival Glory crash update. That is where the one ship for Carnival cut in front of the other ship and the back end of the ship got sliced open. That ship was December 20th, 2019. The world's safest cruise ports is not one of the top most watched videos. You guys don't care about safe cruise ports. You care about dangerous cruise ports. That came out in January 2019. And then I had a live show, surprise live show, welcoming new sponsor members. August 24th, 2019 came in. I think that was a show where I offered sponsorships. I allowed you to become members of the channel. That was the first time. And that's why that one shows up there. It didn't have great views, but it made some money. Royal Caribbean dropped San Juan, Puerto Rico, 2019, November. Was another popular cruise. No cruises out of the U.S. until 2022. CDC cruise lines are at odds, and it turned out to be that way, didn't it? Took a long time for COVID to be resolved. So those are some of the most popular videos that I generated way back when. These are 2017, 18, 19, 2020, back at that time. Kimberly, did you say the earthquake was on January 28th? This was a video I did back in 2020, not the one we just had. Kevin, the dangerous ports was one of the first TW videos we saw. Sharon, that's the video that brought us here in the first place. B, are you that stock guy? Yes, I am. Kimberly, one last question. How can we support this show? How can we support you and this show? There's nothing you have to do. You don't need to make a donation to this show or anything like that. This channel is my sentimental channel on YouTube. It's the first channel I created. I have incredibly warm, fuzzy memories of this channel. I learned everything about YouTube because of this channel. And there will be a day where I will be more active on it when I travel further than just down here to the desert. So, stick around and say hi. Give us a thumbs up. That would be great. Debbie Emmanuel, how are you? I cannot answer questions since I never play. However, I cannot answer for my mother since positive amount she spends is never released. Debbie Emmanuel, hi there, Donnell. I hope you are doing well in Cork, Ireland. I hope you're doing very well. Oh, this channel, I'll tell you, when I started in December, August the 12th, it said 2017. When I started in August 2017, I committed myself to giving it a year. I was going to give this channel a full year of my efforts. And at the end of the year, I was going to reassess how I'm doing and whether it's worth my time to do or not. But I decided I would stop at nothing to bring out content for you, work my ass off, and get discovered and get this channel going. And that first year was a learning experience like no other. But I was working 12 to 14 hours a day, working on this channel and doing at least 1 or 2 live shows every day, videos 3 or 4 a week. Then I cut the live shows down a bit, kept the videos coming out. But in November of 18, 1 year, 3 months after the whole thing started, it started making more money than I needed to survive. And that at that point, we didn't have to subsidize, this channel's existence. And we were also getting donations from viewers like you guys. Some of you were sending us PayPal donations, $10, $20, $50. We had such a loyal following here and such encouragement to keep going. And then I brought out the membership campaign, and that brought in some money. Brought out product like this and coffee mugs and everything else. That brought in some money. The ads kicked in. And Jen and I noticed that in December of 2020, we had 8,000 subscribers, where when I became remonetized, we were at 1,800. And when I had been kicked off monetization, within a week of that time frame, I was at 1,100. I was so upset that I couldn't be monetized in March, April, or May. It wasn't until June they brought me back. I was livid with YouTube, just livid, because I was still working my butt off with the thousands of hours of views, and now 1,800 subscribers. But it was 800 in December of 2020. By February, March of 21, December 2018, I had 8,000 subscribers. By February, March of 19, we had 25,000 subscribers. And by April, May of 19, we had 40,000 subscribers. And so now I knew that I would make a living, at least. I could pay my bills with 40,000 subscribers to shoot videos at. I would get 10,000 views a video. I knew I'd get 10,000 views a video. And that would probably bring in $400 or $500 a video. And if I could do a couple a week, there you go. There's 1,000 a week coming in, 4,000 a month, and you can live on that. Those were those early days, and I was desperate to get sponsored by anyone, and I couldn't get sponsorship. I tried deals, and nothing worked out. And then COVID just destroyed everything. I mean, just ripped all of us apart for a while, and that's the way it went. And out came the Stock Markets with Bruce channel in May of 2020. And I started producing a video every 2 weeks or so, and then about every 10 days or so. And then in December, about 2 a week. And then in January, I started going live regularly. And on that channel, all hell broke loose. And when you help people make money in the stock market, they send you money. And they become a member of your channel. And they buy your stuff, and they do donations, and they want classes. And so then I produced classes, and I did one-on-one consultations, and it's just destroyed everything. It has just taken everything to a level that was unthinkable. And that's the main reason why Jen and I now have been able to come down to Palm Springs every year, Palm Desert, for 4 or 5 months a year. And we've traveled to Europe 3 years in a row. 2 new hips for Jennifer, all paid for. It's the stock market channel. It's all about the stock market. So there you are. There's a little walk down memory lane and a little background for you. Kirk Brunson's YouTube, Facebook channel. Meeting you and Jen was great. Samuel has grown so much. He is now 13 years old and he's 5'9". He's going to be bigger than me when I meet him next time. Sharon, how many subscriptions does the stock market channel have now? About 81,000 or something like that, 80-something thousand. And funny enough, I don't have thousands of viewers every day. I don't have like 20, 30,000 viewers. I only have a couple of thousand views a day on my stock market channel. And it's only Monday to Friday when the markets are like actually running. I don't do anything on weekends most of the time. I'll do one-on-one consultations for my viewers, sure. But that channel makes me a lot of money, but boy, I've put my efforts into that, of course. Jim Thomas, Biscuit Boys have just survived. We've got to survive. Sometimes they've done well. Thank you, Jim. Keep hanging in there. I know Scott, who's my friend in Saskatchewan? What's his name? In North.
One biscuit away.
Yeah, one biscuit away. What's that? What's our biscuit boy in northern Saskatchewan? One of you will remember. I haven't heard from him in a while. He occasionally says hi to us. Donnell, hi Debbie, keeping okay? We're all thanks. Hope you're well too. Scott, I can't remember his handle right now. It's escaping me. But
Yeah, just one biscuit away.
yeah, I remember Jen and I took a trip down to Phoenix and Palm Desert, and we drove up Highway 5 up into Northern California. We saw Debbie Emanuel, I think that was in 2019, and her mom, and we met the guys from the Disney, their Disney Channel. Eric and Gregory, met them in person. That was great. That was early 2019, if I recall. Yeah, that was back then. Yeah, I had no idea that in 2017, 18, and 19, and by 2020, that this channel would be badly hurt by the COVID thing. Cruising got destroyed for a while. And then the other channel, I had no idea the stock market channel would ever do anything like it's done. And I really make very little money from that channel on YouTube. That channel makes money on lessons and consultations from the viewers of YouTube. It is an amazing thing that has happened, but I can't do lessons here on how to get cruise deals. And I don't do one-on-one consultations on how to tell you guys to be better cruisers. You guys know more about some cruises than I know. So this is more for entertainment and just getting together and thanking loyal viewers of this channel over 8 years now. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on the air, and all the experience that I've picked up from being on this channel is just. Oh yeah, sharing your stories and everything. We love it. Just love it. And being able to visit Donnell last summer was just a treat for us. Seeing him in Cork, Ireland, finally. Visiting other people in London. Having seen some of you in New Jersey, of course. And then, of course, some of you met us in Ontario, California with our meet and greets. I mean, it's just been great. Steaming Bean, was that Steaming Bean? Yes, it was. Steaming Bean is one of the biscuit boys. I'm a biscuit boy. I think
Biscuit away from the
Mr. Lucas was one of the biscuit boys. Unbelievable. Yeah. With the passage of time, of course, we've had to say goodbye reluctantly to some people. They've left us, and that's really the hardest part of this of being a YouTuber. You get to know people. I never met Sylvan Forrest, but he designed all of my logos.
We talked on the phone.
Yeah, I've talked to him on the phone a number of times, emailed back and forth, and he'd be on the air. And I never got to meet him because he passed away during COVID, and I couldn't get to him. I wanted to get to Miami and Florida. We wanted to take a cruise, and we would have met him for sure. He would have been on a group cruise with us. And I never got to meet him, and others have come and gone, and it is the passage of life, time. It's a killer, you know. But here we are. We're still going. Oh, yes, Brent, thank you, says Debbie. It was Steaming Bean. Donnell, thank you for staying on YouTube all these years. Where have the years gone? Isn't it something? Yeah, we're not done yet, but boy, I'll tell you. I always think about Monday nights. I got to be on for the Travel Channel. Got to do a show Monday nights. Got to do a show Monday night. I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about when I'm thinking about it. But I think about you guys on the weekends. I start thinking on Saturday. What am I going to talk about on Monday night on the Travel Channel? I can't talk very much about what I'm doing here because we're in a condo here in Rancho Mirage. There's not much I can tell you about. But the years just keep going by, don't they just? Debbie, yes, they sure do keep zipping by, one after the other. Anyway, there you go. A little background on this channel and a little history of this channel and the years that have gone by. Thank you again for all of your support. thumbs ups are the best way to go. We love you, and we sure appreciate it. Sharon, you could always launch a couple of trivia questions for old time's sake. I might have to do that one of these days. I might just come on the air and do a surprise trivia night, and we'll have some fun doing that. I do get asked for that from time to time. People do ask me, hey, how about that? Anyway, there you go. Thank you all so very much for joining me tonight. The poll question has now received 25 answers. Thank you for that. That is great. 26 thumbs up so far. Nice. Thank you for that. If you're watching on the rerun, please give us a thumbs up. The poll question is: the most I've ever won in a cruise ship casino is under $50. 48%. Half of you, I've not won anything, Bruce. $50 or less. 20% of you, which is 5 of you, are saying 50 to 200. 16% said I've won between 200 and 500 in the casino on a cruise ship. And over $500, 16% of you have said that I've won. That's like, what's that, 6 or 7 of you have won over $500 on a cruise ship. Well done, and take the money and run for sure. Robert, I'm going to try to catch you tomorrow on the other show. Thank you, Robert. Sharon, have a great week. Bruce and Jen. Kimberly, have a great week. You and Jen, good night to all of you. Thank you all.
Good night.
Good night from Jen and Bruce in Rancho Mirage. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you next Monday. And maybe we can find some trivia questions. Spread the word. There might be trivia next Monday night. Thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye from Rancho Mirage. Ready, Auntie Jen? 1, 2, 3. Bye.